Salve omnes, welcome to this video lesson on section 6 of Fabulae Faciles, the sea serpent. Now this sea serpent is often called Catus in Greek mythology. That is a Greek name for it, which is also used in Latin. And it's a big sea monster kind of thing, right? And Perseus is going to be going to Ethiopia here. So he's coming back from the far west where he got Medusa's head, and he's passing through North Africa, and he gets to the boundaries of the Ethiopians. So post-hike, after these things, Perseus in fines Aethiopum venit. Perseus came into the boundaries, the territory of the Ethiopians. So Aethiopum is a genitive plural ending, third declension, Aethiopes, Aethiopis. Ibi Cepheus, there, Cepheus, quidam, a certain Cepheus, illo tempore, at that time, regnabat, was ruling, imperfect. Hic Neptunum maris deum, olim offinderat. This one had offended Neptune, the god of the sea, once, Olim. Neptunus autem monstrum saevissimum miserat. Neptune, however, had sent a most savage monster, or perhaps moreover, Neptune had sent a most savage monster. Notice saevissimum with the superlative issimum ending, miserat, pluperfect. Hoc quotidie e mare viniebat. This, and the this is the monster here. The hoc is a neuter singular, referring back to monstrum, which is a neuter singular noun. So this daily, quotidie, or you could say every day, used to come from the sea. Viniebat, imperfect tense. Remember, imperfect can indicate continual or regular past action. So this daily used to come from the sea, e mari. Et homines devorabat, and it used to devour or kept devouring people. Ob hanc causam, on account of this cause, on account of this reason, pavor animos omnium occupaverat, a fear or alarm or panic, pavor, had taken hold of the minds of all. Now, you could say had occupied everybody's minds if you wish. Occupy is a derivative of occupo, occupare. So occupo, occupare, if you're not familiar with this verb, is a synonym of capio capere, to seize a thing, to take a thing suddenly. And so to take hold of something, right? Had occupied, had seized, had taken hold of their minds, all their minds. Pavor, if you don't know pavor, this noun for fear or alarm or trepidation or anxiety, something like this, it is the same root here as we get in pavidus, which is a word for alarmed or fearful or anxious. Pavor is a close synonym for, say, metus or timor, or one of these other words for fear. Cepheus igitur, Cepheus therefore, oraculum Dei harmonis consuluit. Cepheus therefore consulted, consuluit, the oracle of the god Ammon. Now, if you don't know Ammon, you might think of Egyptian mythology, Ammon or Ammon-Ra. He is kind of a chief god in the Egyptian pantheon at times. And in the ancient world, Greeks and Romans practiced something called religious assimilation, where they assimilated foreign gods to their own gods. That is to say, they just thought of foreign gods as being, different names for their own gods. So Ammon is associated with Zeus, the king of the gods, right? So he consulted the oracle of the god Ammon, but the Greeks and the Romans would have looked on Ammon as just really another name for Zeus or Jupiter. Asque adeo usus est, and by the god he was ordered, filiam monstro tradere, to hand over his daughter to the monster. Eius autem filia, moreover, his daughter, Eius filia, nomine Andromeda, by the name of Andromeda, Virgo formosissima erat, was a very beautiful young woman. All right. Cepheus ubi haec audivit. Cepheus, when he heard these things, and notice here ubi can mean where or when, but often in these kind of verbal clauses you want to say when. So when Cepheus heard these things, magnum dolorem percepit, he perceived a great sadness, or perhaps felt a great sadness. Of course, this is because he doesn't want to kill his own daughter, but being the kind of ruthless guy that he is, and in various versions of the story he is particularly bad, he's like, okay, sure, let me kill my daughter. Volebat tamen, nevertheless he wanted, kive suos e tanto periculo extrahere, to extract or to save, extrahere. Literally this means to pull out or pull away his citizens, kive suos, from so great a danger, e tanto periculo. Atque, and ob eam causam, on account of that reason, imperata homones facere constituit. He decided, constituit, to do, facere, the commands of Ammon. All right. Okay, so looks like the end for poor Andromeda. So Cepheus and his wife, the king queen of the Ethiopians. In different versions, it's this king or the queen that did something to offend the gods. So sometimes the queen herself is the one that offended the gods, and that's why the sea monster came. But that's not really, integral to the story. Again, there are lots of versions of these myths. But in all the versions, Andromeda gets offered up to the sea monster. She's left on the beast. Perseus comes flying along, finds this beautiful young Ethiopian princess, saves her, and so on. I should note here the Ethiopians, they were very well respected generally in ancient Greek and Roman mythology. They were thought to be, often they're called in the Iliad, the blameless ones, the blameless Ethiopians. They lived right and well. Herodotus talks about how strong and big and powerful and wise they are. And there's a famous hero called Memnon in the Trojan cycle, the story of the Trojan War, who was a great, great hero. And he was the son of the goddess of the dawn, Aurora, or Eos is her Greek name. And really, there are a lot of good stories about this. And unfortunately, in some of the Greek vase paintings, strangely enough, there's some whitewashing, and you will generally see Andromeda depicted as looking white, although this might be due to artistic concerns and not actually kind of whitewashing the story. Because generally, again, if you think of the Aethiopes in Greek and Roman times, it was well understood that they were black-skinned. But in vase paintings of that period, men were always depicted in dark color, whether it's the red or the black, and then the women always depicted in light colors. So it's sort of a stylistic thing. So it may be that is not trying to depict her as white, but just following artistic conventions. Well, enough said about that. Again, Ethiopian princess Andromeda,